Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 206 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players here today. Same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll go ahead and jump into a quick recap so we can get back into it. Currently, the party is in their second fight, like of the same exact fight, except a little different against a cultist who is intent on ending life on the continent where they currently live. Uh, and they fought this cultist before in this same exact fight on these same exact grounds where the bodies circle a beautiful tree made of corruption, and were felled when the goddess Yord entered the combat. And we had ourselves a beautiful TPK, but because a wizard did not feel like dealing with the problem, you were granted one wish. All of you were brought back the day prior, and you were given a chance to plan. During that time, you were able to gather more allies and also gather less allies, I suppose. Some new people contacted, some old people not contacted. You prepared for this combat, knowing what you were getting into this time. You gather the team, you make your way over. Um, you have some interactions with each other that are awkward. You have some interactions with the Flame, which is an entity that is currently attached to Roshan, that are awkward. Um, and she seems different during these conversations. And you eventually make your way back to the battlefield and absolutely start stomping. It is truly a bloodbath as you take down one of your larger enemies in the first round of combat. Um, and you don't have to deal with a lot of the minions. The Varghuli were absolutely killing it. They were doing their damnedest to make up for all of the other of their allies who could not be there, and we cannot forget Goosenake doing his best. But all of you enter into the combat with the intent of using this orb to not kill the flame as you had last time, but this time just separate the flame so that instead of being connected to Roshan, she could be connected to Nana. Um, and so after you guys so graciously decided we feel too bad to kill you this time, um, she says, "Yeah, sure." And once you sever her connection from Roshan, Nana goes and tries to make an oath, a deal, and the flame says no and goes and grabs this powerful battery that the cultist was using to eventually blow up a lot of places on the continent and kill a lot of people, and absorbs that into herself, turning herself into this beautiful fractured kaleidoscope of some beautiful colors and visions of different planes and realms, um, before you, maybe the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Though just declared to Nana that she would be ending her bloodline. Um, During this, the cultist that you felled right at the top, Sunny, body immediately corrupted and is now this like twisted spider abomination. Uh, Bosch is currently here. You know, when something seems like a big problem and then the kaleidoscope shows up, you know? But Bosch is still here. He is currently attached to his new fancy arm, that is partially a bow, uh, and still kicking, still ready to party. And I think that's where we can pick up, is with this new visage of the flame, this new entity that stands before you, bright, iridescent, colors that some of them you can't even comprehend. There are like places on like the body and around. She sort of has this huge aura that you can't stare at spots for too long because it's like your brain starts struggling to comprehend what you're looking at. So you have to keep kind of changing focus. Um, Slowly growing taller, the tree has just fractured like open and kind of like flayed itself, sort of like peacock feathers. These beautiful colors just spread wide behind her. Um, she looks at Nana, and it is just such a calm look on her face when she says this as she straightens back up. But I suppose I did make a couple promises now, didn't I? And she looks at her hand and she like moves it across her face and she watches as just like it is just like an infinite images of all these hands. She reaches out and she flicks her fingers across one of these moving pictures that look like a fractured piece of mirror in front of her, and she flicks it away, and it speeds in the direction of where Bosch is. And you watch as it spins, you can see that an image begins to slowly form on it. And you see whites and blues, and the sound of the wind hits you as this place opens up through this fractured mirror piece, and you see towering mountains of snow, huge spires of ice, and wind crashes out through it. You watch as the corner of this piece hits into what Sunny has become, and she goes flying. Just this corner taps into her. She flies backwards like 30, 40 feet, skidding across the dirt. It stops next to Bosch, and you watch as the wind fully picks up around him, and he yells out in pain as you watch his arm begin to freeze. Uh, you watch as the mirror shimmers and shakes and eventually sort of like fades back. But you can see that Bosch's arm, the corrupted one, is fully frozen, and he like drops to a knee. Um, and she looks on and gives just the slightest little smile. Content, I suppose. That is her turn in the initiative. Um, Bosch falls prone from the the winds and the force of it all. At the top, Fen, you are up. Nix, you are the next player character.
Um, Fen will cast Zephyr Strike to give himself advantage to take a shot at the prone Bosch. So it'll be straight roll.
Straight roll, gotcha.
Does a 25 hit?
25
Oh,
hits as you just kind of aim upwards and hope that the arrow arcs down and hits into him.
all right. And second shot will be with disadvantage. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does not hit as
Okay.
this arrow glances into the frozen arm and like skids off.
All right. And is Keld still within 5 feet of him?
Currently, no. He
Okay.
was pushed by the new flame.
All right. 12 points of damage. And I
Okay.
should have mentioned I bonus action disengaged and just stepped out of the range of that snake before that happened.
Of
Yeah,
the snake.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, that'll be the end of Fenn's turn.
Okay. All of you watch as the light emanating off of this entity in the center, uh, the creatures of ichor and corruption, you watch as they begin to like writhe and like kind of start to curl in on themselves. It seems they cannot look in her direction. And you watch as some of the Varguli spin and fall out of the sky and just like skid into the dirt, where you can watch as their skin begins to sizzle. Um, then you feel you see slithering through the glass um goo snake making its way over to you, like slowly like burning and cracking at the side, and it just lines itself up behind you to avoid the light. So it doesn't attack, it just fully lines itself up in your shadow and stays there. Just lines itself up and just lays in the grass.
Cool. Cool. I like that.
Um,
He's my little buddy now.
we're friends, you and I.
Goosenake and Fen just like, ah!
Just skipping through the grass together.
I
Um,
smell a spinoff.
you guys ready for the one shot? Um, all right, it is Bosch's turn. He's lost the ability to use his arm. Yeah. He like kind of like props himself up a little bit and stares at this resplendent entity in the center. This is the first time you have seen a look of anything akin to fear on Bosch's face. This is to him horrific, but maybe it should be to all of you. Um, that is Bosch's turn. You see, as he's like trying to use the arm and just like fully realizes he cannot. Um, okay, that's his turn. Nix, you are up. Roshan, you're on deck.
Yeah. Nyx doesn't know what's going on with that flame and is going to throw fire at Bosch because he's right in front of her. It is
Yeah.
still technically our target. So
Nobody's told me my target's changed.
you said he's technically prone.
He is technically prone, yes.
Cool. Yeah. I'm going to hope a 29 hits.
A 29 does hit.
Okay. 14 fire damage.
Okay.
She's going to stay where she is. She's far enough back, I think, that she's comfortable with what's going on. And that tree is throwing stuff at the monsters around it to keep them down or whatever's going on back there
Yeah, you
with our
watch as
allies.
this tree just stomps over to like one of the creatures that's like writhing on the ground and just like lifts its foot and like starts stomping on it.
Yeah.
Just multiple stomps against this thing. Um all right, if that's your turn, Roshan, you are up. Nana, you are on deck.
Wow, cool. I had a week
Uh-huh.
to think about this, and suddenly my
And
brain is empty.
interesting. Um
Um,
you know what? Hey, how about I give you something? Give
Great.
me a perception check. Me give you something, you give me something. Only fair.
19.
19. You can see, yeah. Now give me an arcana check and we'll see how much information we're throwing around.
25.
Okay. You can still see where the orb is, the battery that she consumed in her chest. Um, you can see slowly, it looks like it is calcifying over, whatever that means. You are not sure if that makes it something that can now just exist and is not a danger. You don't know. Is it still connected to the other two batteries? Yes. You can see that she is drawing power from the two tethers, but is not like, you don't think it is making them weaker. You just think it is spreading her energy further out, sort of projecting her further. Um, but you can see the orb changing inside of her chest. Um, what would you like to do?
I think Roshan synthesizes an incredible amount of information in a couple seconds
Mhm.
and uh, looks up into the kaleidoscope of goddess. Who knows? Maybe that term fits. And he asks her, "Without a host, where will you go?"
Oh, small thing do you not see me? I need no host.
The orb in your chest is a power source, but it is not infinite. It would be a terrible tragedy for this world to lose your light. I see that now. I saw that shortly before the last one ended.
Now, would you say that this is a persuasion or a deception check?
Roshan is being truthful. This is sincere, so I would say persuasion.
Okay, give me persuasion with disadvantage. We just started talking.
Ooh, wow, sick rolls, a 2 and a 4, so
Hell
that
yeah.
is a 20. Oh no,
Okay.
a 2 and a 4, so an 18.
Okay. Um, she looks at you, and there is definitely an understanding of what you were saying to her. More of the focus on of the not infinite nature of the battery, and a more of a honing in on that. Then I suppose we need more time, don't we? And she seems to like lean back and like focus in on herself and begins to start gathering power to do something. Um I would say that that was at least your action. If you had a bonus action you wanted to do, Roshan, I'd allow it, but
Roshan will use the other two, no, the other 3 healing dice on himself,
okay.
and
Uh
that'll be his turn.
okay, what's horse up to?
Ah, yes, horse. Uh, I
Roll to
think,
see if it gets its ability back also.
yes, it does not.
Okay.
Um, horse. I think horse is just like standing next to Roshan, looking on at
Mhm.
her in awe as well. Um,
Yeah.
the horse was summoned from Snotra, right?
Scotty.
No.
Scotty. Does Scotty does Roshan see any any expression on the face of this magic horse?
You look at
How is
this.
horse dealing with this?
You look at a horse made of wind, a celestial turned into a horse made of wind. Roll me insight.
Can I incite the wind?
Hey, can
Um,
I? Breezy.
21.
You think that you are also picking up on something akin to fear. Um,
Hmm.
when you're sort of set in the ways of how very powerful extraplanar entities are, and then you watch a really big shift happen literally like 2 feet in front of you. And the guy next to you says, "Hey, no, sit down. You're good. Not sit there for a minute." Um, this horse is going through a slight crisis of what it is perceiving.
And then I think Roshan will just let out a quiet psychic message to people, just saying, "I'm trying."
There's a gentle "I'm trying" that whispers on the wind. Um, okay, Nana, you are up. Keld, you are the next player character on deck.
Okay, so obviously the flame is focusing on doing a thing. But Nana feels it important to at least not hesitate on voicing to the flame. Please, you were right. I did betray you. I am sorry I struck that blow. Please, I offended you. I hurt you. Don't extend the punishment beyond the hand that struck the blow. Take of me what you would. My soul, if you want it. For as long as it will take for the debt to be repaid. In perpetuity, if you see fit. Just please, spare my family. Please, I've given everything for them. Please.
She spares you a glance. Darling, this isn't about you. I will allow you a bonus action if you see fit, but that's all you have time left for.
Okay. All right. Have I got anything left? I mean, honestly, no, not really. I don't think moving my hunter's mark onto the flame at this juncture would be seen favorably to my argument. So,
Watch this.
hey, no, I think I'm standing alongside Roshan. I'm not going to move from here. That's my turn.
Okay. Um, you see a bit of a kerfuffle begin where I'll just refer to them as B team, where B team currently is the Hot Iron, Mizrone, the Mother of the Sworn, and Danelle, who are looking on at what is happening, but are like, we're going to continue with our portion of the job because this still seems like your portion of the job.
Yeah. Yes.
As
Yeah. Yeah.
stated in
Accurate.
earlier agreements. So they are just like going over to these like downed entities and are just like Big Tree is. They're just hitting into them. Um you
Keep
watch
them
as
down, boys. Keep them down.
Danelle seems to be just holding on to like this flame form that she is in and looks like she's going to attempt to just like tear through as many of these as she can when it gets to her. Um you watch as the sunny entity you watch as it like struggles to stand and like sort of like twists in on itself, um sort of snarls, and it's just this like twisted jagged toothed maw where the saliva is this like reddish orange color and looks like thick and viscous as it like drips out of the mouth. um that's Sunny's turn. Those entities can't do anything. Keld, it's your turn.
I think he sort of glances over at whatever the fuck is going on over there,
Mm-hmm.
but will prioritize Bosch in this moment.
Okay. You have advantage on your strikes because he is prone.
Oh, good to know. I think we're going to. Let's use a second level 2 bonus action, whatever order you want this in. Shining Smite.
Oh, Shining Smite. Yes, I'd love you to say those bonus action ones before you hit. So, yes, you can throw Shining Smite on this.
Extra shiny. Well, thank God we got advantage. 24 to hit.
24 hits. Sounds like you're shoveling so many dice into your hand.
um,
What we like to hear from a paladin.
I mean, are you throwing a
D6.
Divine
Okay.
Smite on that too for fun? What are you up to?
I mean, I have my inherent.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if you're doing extra. That's all.
If this is extra.
I mean, there'd be extra, you know.
3d6. All right, Shining Smite. Okay. So what do I have? So I should have my d8s for my sword, my improved divine smite. Do I still get my extra d8 for the undead Bosch scenario?
He is not undead.
Oh, okay.
And then you get the dice for your Shining Smite.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Cat's just sitting in the
22.
hallway staring at me. All right, 22
22
damage.
damage. Oh,
Okay.
extra. I don't know if I did that right, but. And for my second attack, still advantage.
Yep, they're all at advantage.
Still on the ground.
You didn't like
Right.
glitch him into the dirt and he like popped up.
Thank God. So 31 should hit, right?
Yeah, 31 hits.
Rude. 12 damage.
Okay. And your third attack?
Yeah, I'm still hasted. Ooh, okay. Higher hits. $17 damage.
How do you do this?
Oh. Well. I assume the. So my shining smite would have hit, so he should be just fucking slathered in bright light.
Mm-hmm.
Must be beautiful off that icy arm.
It's
of
not my
his.
favorite word, but yes, he is slathered in bright light. um, I think we're just going to try to impale him with the sword. Okay. While you deliver this onslaught, he turns his gaze to you for just a moment and then back to the new flame. And you hear him say in just like a almost like soft, defeated way under his breath, unnatural. as the sword stabs into him, and he keeps his eyes trained on that entity before collapsing forward into the dirt.
Suppose that'll get Kel's attention.
Anything else, Kel? That was your action and bonus action.
I think he will remove his sword from the corpse and head towards whatever is going on over there. This unnatural being.
Okay. You watch as B team continues trying to clean up shop. Ms. Roan, with this large sword, turns her focus towards the once Sunny and begins making her way towards it. Back at the top, you watch as the new flame breathes deeply. And with the flick of fingers, send shards of these mirrors moving out past her. And they expand and connect, wreathing all of you in this ever bouncing mirrored light, fully wrapped around where you all are, this area where you are standing on these corpses. You can see that B team is on the outside of this barrier, and they are moving incredibly slow. You all feel normal, unimpeded. They look like they are moving very, very slow. Well, if you wanted to say something, you have time. At this moment, I am willing to take you all out of initiative. If there are things you want to do, you can do them. Or you can say, no, Jillian, I'd love to stay in initiative and make this conversation a 6-second interval ordeal that we all go through.
I'm good with coming out of initiative if y'all are good with coming out of initiative.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Goosenake has fully Fen has disappeared into your cloak. It is gone. It is just nope, actually no. And it's just curled up in there. Goosenake's here to survive. He's a survivor.
Goosenake is a survivor.
Oh no. Okay. But the entity stands before you. I think I will first, if there's anything, I'll veer away from Roshan and Nana for a second, because if there's something anybody else wanted to do that you're like, yeah, I have an action or a bonus action that I'd love to accomplish, by all means. Bosch's body is still there. He is encompassed in this circle as well. So time is not slowed down on him.
Nyx, can you still use fire?
Yeah.
I
Not a
think
lot.
we should burn him.
Nyx will focus on trying to burn this body.
Okay.
She ain't given a job.
What are you using to burn said body?
I have produced flame. I suppose if we make a corpse bonfire, as has happened recently in a different day, I have druid craft that can make corpse bonfire.
Okay, I will
There
say
is a
this.
lot of wood around here, which
There's a
could
lot
be
of wood.
built up around the corpse.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw how fast Sunny corrupted.
Yeah.
That is the information I will give you. Took her 6 seconds.
Thank God we're out of initiative.
Everyone back in it.
Yeah, I think my best I can do is keep hitting it with produce flame. Just
Yeah.
while everyone else goes and talks to this
Spam,
fun
spam.
entity.
Yeah, you run over and just start like trying to consume the body in flame. Um the arm, you watch as like when it's like moved and jostled, it just like breaks apart like ice. Like it doesn't seem to really melt
Mm.
under this fire,
Hmm.
but
I mean,
it
it
does
was
seem to
dead.
break a good bit.
Hmm.
Okay. Keld, is there anything you'd like to do?
Um,
You could stay with me and slam the sword into Bosch over and over while I'm burning him.
Make sure he stays dead.
I love the mental image.
gross. I was trying to think if I had something I could help the fire with, but I don't think I do. Um, I guess he'll leave that to Nyx. I don't know if I have any actions I want to do right now. More of just figuring out what's going on.
Okay. Fen, is there anything you'd like to do?
As much as I, as a character, love this little goo snake and its persistence, Fen is
Mhm.
not going to let a corrupted creature hide up under his, particularly a snake, and he's got a pet bird. Like, he is just going to wrestle this thing out and throw it away from him, and then
Outside the window.
Oh,
do.
you can certainly try.
Okay, yeah. Well, what what do I need to roll to like
um,
get this thing off of me?
you're gonna roll athletics against this thing.
Okay.
Uh,
17.
17. Uh, Goose snake goes flying.
Okay. How do my teammates look? Like, does anybody look particularly wounded?
I'm assuming everybody's kind of fucked up.
All
Nyx
right.
is doing decent.
All right. Fenn's gonna run over towards Nana, who's closer. That Nana and Roshan are the closest, and Nana looks rough, so he'll come over and um he will use the prayer bead for cure wounds at second level, uh, which I know that spell. So yeah, Nana will get back 16 points of healing. And if that looks like she's feeling a bit better, then he's going to make his way over towards Nyx and Kelb because he saw what happened the last time we killed Bosch, and uh, he's fully expecting a god to erupt from this corpse.
Okay. You begin making your way over there. Roshan and Nana, you stand before the new flame.
You say this isn't about me. I want to understand what is this about?
Hmm. That is something that I've been dwelling on. What is this about? And I think, given this chance to expand my mind in such a glorious and beautiful way, I can see much clearer. And I see that I am not her. I am not Golveg. I am, I was, a painting, a piece of her, but I was flat. I had her memories, pieces of them, her feelings. And I know that those aren't mine now, but they feel just as real. And she despises your blood that killed her.
I don't I don't understand. All I've ever known of my family's connection to Gulvig was a supposed blessing, a mark on my brother's skin.
And you never got to know Golvig because she died when he was born. A trade. I'm not sure what happened, but it wasn't something she wanted. She wanted to gift him something, I think. And then she fell. And the amount of anger and sorrow she felt, it's a visceral thing, you see, that I feel quite deeply. And even though I know I suppose I was not scorned, I still feel that hatred. So I will get rid of your traitorous blood, your murderous blood, for her.
I please, I I must at least beg for my nephew. He he's an infant. He has no bearing on anything any
Hmm.
of our line has done. He knows nothing. His father died before he was even born, and I please, he cannot. There's nothing he could do. There's nothing he could have done. I
And he won't get the chance.
but he
I
I
think Roshan interrupts and says, "What is it that we may now call you?"
I haven't had much time to think on that. Thinking in this way. I will say, I am connected to a great many things, and it is astounding. The realms I can see into, I can see everything laid out before me. And she looks around at these moving fragments, and I am connected to them. I am a tether. I'm the tether, and that's all I know. And I wish to expound upon that. So I thank you for finding the pity in your hearts to not try to kill me this time, so that I may live and become something.
it
I can
was
feel the magic you are working. Is it enough to sustain you? Do you need a vessel? Do you need a constant source of power?
Hmm. I almost crave death more than I crave a vessel. I think I'd rather sink into the earth than be bound to small flesh. And I see that this battery, this power source, she needs something to continue. And you can see calcification slowly creeping across it. I'm doing something to it, I see. I'm not sure what. But I think with this new strength I have acquired, if I take hold of these tethers and, well, I suppose, bring them with me, maybe I can find strength in something. I'm willing to try.
And I'd be willing to help. And I think there's a lot in Roshan's body language that is apparent. Like he is, when she was talking about the uh, being tethered to all of these locations and the vast knowledge that she now bears, there was wonder in his eye. And then there was sadness when she said that she craved death. And um, I think it's all written plain on Roshan's face, and he says, "If it is an end you seek, then I will not be happy to give it to you, but I will, and I want it to bring you peace. I'm I wish we knew enough to know why Gulveg died that day. But if you can't tell us, then I'm not sure that anyone can."
She leans close. Sweet words. I am going to enjoy ending you. I hope you understand.
And then what of you?
If I cannot find a way to push myself forward and become something, then I suppose I didn't deserve it in the first place.
What if. What if all you needed was someone else to assist you? What if all it required was another entity to work with, to push against, to. I'm not saying it must need be us, but
Then I will find them. And you will experience the endless, endless expanse.
If nothing I can say will spare us your ire, will you at least save this world and make sure? And Roshan points at where where Nyx is throwing small fireballs after small fireballs into a corpse. And he asks, will you at least make sure that there is a world to live upon once all of this is done?
I don't wish for nothing. The only death I crave is yours. So I would do my best, and I would rule them graciously, kindly. I would not need their pity. Oh. See, I can almost look past her anger. I feel it in the corners of my eyes, in the back of my throat. It's closing shut when I think of it, even though I know it's not me. But I do know what was me is two tiny things speaking about a great, resplendent thing and saying, she can change, she can be better, we can help her, we can make her better. And I'm going to tell you now that I have made myself. And you will have to imagine what I will become next. Nothing else.
Is there nothing? Is is there nothing I can give you that might spare my mother and my nephew? They're a world away. They are simple folk.
I will make it swift. As a kindness, then. As they have done me no harm, they did her no harm. But I am seeing that it is just the blood. It is Ave's blood. And the thing is, I'm not angry at you because you couldn't help yourself. His traitorous, murderous blood is in you, and that couldn't be fixed.
The
Well,
irony, please, please, the irony is I only acted to betray you out of loyalty to my friends. I beg you, I did not wish my friends to come to harm. I thought that Roshan would be killed if I moved to help you. I did not wish to turn my back on you, but in that moment my fear was that Roshan would die. And that would not have benefited you either. I understand the end result was the same. But you must believe me, my intent was not to betray you out of malice.
oh, sweet thing, I care not. Betrayal is betrayal now, isn't it?
I'll not beg,
Hmm.
except to plead that the object in your chest not be let to do any harm to this world, and that person over there not let to be done any harm to this world as well.
I will do my best. Is that adequate for you? That I will try? There are some things, not many, there are some things I don't understand. And this is the only one I can think of. So, if I am able to prevent harm, Once I am done here, then I will do such. That seems a doable kindness when I don't think you really deserve any. But at that point, you will be gone, and I have to think beyond that. So we are done.
How much is Group B, uh, or Group 1A, whatever? How much do Nix, Keld, and Fen hear of this whole conversation that's been taking place
Oh,
as we go
all of
to
it.
burn the body? Okay, awesome,
Every
cool.
every every single bit of it. Which, if there's anything you guys are doing in the meantime, you may also do that.
Think at some point hearing this, Nyx is like, I need you two to back away from me real fast. And as soon as they step far enough away, is going to activate Investiture of Flame. Just in case.
And what does that look like?
Uh, kind of similar to what everyone had seen, but on a much smaller scale from when the flame took over Nana's body. Just flames start racing across Nyx's skin. She looks like a little fireball. And instead of a tiny fireball hitting Bosch, there's just a nice line of it.
Hmm.
In preparation.
It's much more
Uh,
efficient for body burning.
Yeah.
Anything else from team than Fen and Keld, if there's anything you want to do before this inevitable combat starts?
Uh, Fen's gonna bless Keld.
Okay.
Thanks.
I think you can bless more than one person, but maybe I'm just.
I'll bless anybody I can.
I
Honestly,
mean, if
I
you look up,
have
Yeah,
it should
yeah,
on the
I'll look it
spell.
up.
I have
Not
a
not a
usage
spell I'm
of
accustomed to casting.
bless in Hell's Dowry, and anybody that Fen doesn't get, I will get.
I'll I can bless up to 3 people. So
Same.
sorry, Nix, I won't be blessing you, but
I will bless
everybody else will
her.
get a bless.
I will
Okay.
bless Nyx.
No, Nana, you come down.
Okay,
You come
okay.
down before you do things.
Understood.
Keld, are you doing anything?
um he wants to address this entity.
Okay.
Hmm. He wants to address this grudge, this whatever emotion she's getting from Golveg.
In what way?
Hmm.
While Keld contemplates, Fen's gonna pop a superior healing potion.
Okay. Boy, howdy, have I been waiting for somebody to say that they heal.
I should also do that.
Uh-huh. I think some people should do that.
Yeah, not to sound condescending about it.
It's not to be condescending. I just think you guys should heal.
Well, I guess Nana will drink her potion of healing greater. Whee!
I just think that's a good choice.
I don't know what I want to say, so I'm just gonna heal.
Okay.
It is the other group within 60 feet of where I'm burning bodies?
You don't think that you can interact with that group
Gotcha. Then
magically.
I'm good then.
Okay. Um, Nana, the moment you go to cast a spell, we are back in initiative.
Ah,
She will not just casually allow you to do such.
ah. Yeah, all right.
And as she straightens back out and the field illuminates, she turns her focus to the group. And that is where we are going to take our break. Um,
Whee!
Thank you guys for being here. How about you go get a snack and a drink, and we'll get back into this combat in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Tim.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Code for episode 206 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. The party dealing with the original reason they came here, at least part of it, which was to deal with this cultist. And he is currently dealt with. Mostly ash on this beautiful green grass. Uh, but these batteries still seem to be in play. Whether they are still a problem is unclear, but a problem that is clear is that the entity which consumed the battery is very intent on maybe all of you not being alive, which is honestly the smart option. You don't leave people for, to avenge people, right? So probably safe to assume that you guys couldn't just like chill in the back and like watch her beat the shit out of Nana and Roshan. And she's like,
It's like, no, they
fine.
deserved it. They deserved it. It's fine.
Everyone's like nodding, like, yeah, okay. We heard her out. Um, but Nana, as you even begin to consider casting a spell, you watch as she raises a hand, and there is energy that she was holding back that immediately begins to like spill forth. And Nana and Roshan, because you have started your turn. You have started in her space at the top of her turn. You are going to take damage.
Ah,
And I'm about to read out multiple numbers to you. I cannot repeat them. So prepare yourselves. They are different damage types. Um, you are both going to take 2 cold damage, 6 fire damage, 1 lightning damage, and 5 thunder damage. As just being in the vicinity of this entity, it is as if you watch multiple planes crash into each other and energy shoots out from all of them, damaging you just from being near her. That is her passive form. So she raises one of her arms, and you watch as like just like the flow of many, many arms behind it. And she looks over at Roshan and fully swings her arm like to like backhand his full body, just to fully hit into him with the back of her hand. Uh,
I'd like to impose disadvantage on that with my shield.
okay. Jesus dice. You move in, and it's mostly the thing is you're not stopping this hand from doing anything, but um, you move in front and put your shield up, and you just dig your heels in, and like it is just a immeasurable amount of force that like hits into it, and you kind of like feel your shield go wide and you have to like pull it back into yourself. uh Apologies. I'll focus on you. And she
That's what
runs
I'd
a
rather.
finger through the air, and she has this chuckle that just slowly echoes through the space. And she runs a finger through the air, and it's almost like striking a match, and fire erupts in the space you are in. Uh, that is a 28 to hit.
You know, that just about does it.
Come here, come here. I just don't have enough dice. Please come back. There it is. As this fire erupts around you, you are going to take 23 points of fire damage, and you are now actively on fire.
Yep.
She is then going to bring one of her arms up, and you watch as it fades from all these beautiful colors into a deep blue gradient, and it looks like ice and water, a fluid movement. As that arm comes down to grasp at you, does a 19 hit you?
It just hits.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ooh, ow! Ow for me, not for you. You're going to take 10 bludgeoning damage. Oh, ooh, these dice are broken. And 1 cold damage. And I need a oh, okay. And you watch as this arm wraps around you and holds you. You are now restrained. I rolled a 1 on every damage dice for that attack. Uh
Holy shit. Oh my god.
and while you are held and restrained, she looks at you and raises her other hand and just goes to crush your body. Um, y'all are so lucky this Ave dice didn't get to see the full moon yet. Uh, Nana, you sort of like put yourself in and put your shield above you and kind of just like kind of lean into this water and like press into a chunk of ice and use it. And it like thunks into you hard and you feel yourself like spin and reeling. Um, but you avoid the damage from it. Huh. That's annoying. Um, that is the end of her turn. A lot of these things are no longer in this initiative, but Fen, you are up.
Fen is gonna use his movement to not be standing right next to Keldon Nix, um,
Mm-hmm.
but keeping a Fen wants to be like 60 to 80 feet away from Big Monstrum Lady. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna use your the advantage that you gave us, the the inspiration that you gave us to make an attack with advantage.
Sure.
Does a 29 hit?
29 hits.
And I meant to call this. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Fen has an arrow of slaying for celestials, so he's shooting that at this thing.
Fine.
Okay.
That's a little late on the fucking call.
I'm sorry. That's why I use the advantage on this shot.
That's
Like,
that was the thing I came to. I'm just like, that's interesting to use that now, and I'm like, nah, that makes sense. So, the logic is followable and sound.
all
Uh,
right. So, first of all, I mean, does it count? Does it qualify as a celestial?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay. I'm gonna roll the damage without that, and then I'll tell
Let's
you what.
start there.
Okay. Plus 39 points of damage with that shot.
Okay.
And if I, well, it's got a saving throw. If it does have a, hold on, is it?
Don't don't worry about it.
Don't worry, it's not a celestial.
It does not seem to do extra damage on the hit to the best of what Fen is able to see.
Okay. Then second shot
I mean, honestly.
does a 16 hit.
A 16 does not hit as this arrow fully hits into its body, but just it like you watch as part of it turns to ice and shatters and part of it erupts in flame and just it is rent asunder.
Okay. Fen will use his bonus action to attempt to hide behind some corpses.
Cool. Go ahead and roll some stealth.
21 stealth.
Okay. Please keep that number in mind for me.
Okay.
She is going to. Your turn's over.
Yeah, Fen's turns over.
Okay, she's going to use a legendary action as she takes a deep, calming breath and reaches up to try and pull at just the multiple tethers connected to the planes around her. Um, does anybody have a passive insight of 20 or higher?
Yeah.
If you do, you can see that she reaches for something. She grabs something, but there's just a flash across her face of, this isn't what I was grabbing for. Um, so let's see. There's 5 of y'all. Not put. You know what? Actually, horse is in. Actually, no, horse isn't in this. As funny as I think that is, horse isn't in this. As funny as I think it is. Roshan makes sense to me. Roshan, roll me a d10.
That's a 3.
Okay. You watch as she reaches for a shattered piece of like realm. And once again, that torrent of wind and ice rockets through and crashes into you, Roshan. I am going to need a Constitution saving throw.
I don't get any help from Kel, do I?
No.
14.
One moment. You take 25 points of cold damage as this realm opens next to you and then sort of like caves in on itself and like just floats back off into the ether around you.
As a reaction, can I Hellish Rebuke? Just to see if fire damage does anything to her? So how does she strike with this ice?
She has just fully opened a mirror piece that floats over to you, and this like unbearable cold bursts forth from it.
Well, the natural enemy of cold is fire, and the fire doesn't warm Roshan, but it tries to hurt her instead. I need a dex save of 18.
Dex save. What's your dex save? Cool. What am I rolling? Or what number?
18. Ooh.
Okay, full damage. She fails.
Wow, full damage, 5.
Okay, so a solid 2.
So she kinda does take half
Yeah.
damage. Shit.
A little bit, but not a lot of it.
She's
Cool.
resistant.
She seems to be made of many elements. That was her legendary action. Nyx, you are up, or Sean, you are on deck.
Great. I feel like I have to move closer, everyone. All my spells only go so far. So I'll get 30 feet closer. What range do you think I'm in? 60, 90, 120?
I would say that you're more likely in the 60.
60? Okay. And we'll see if I have anything that reaches 60. Rough time out here. Can I see Nana?
Yeah, you can see her.
Way
All
up in the
right.
flames' hands.
You look super bad, correct?
Oh yeah, real bad. Real fucking bad, my guy.
You're getting back full HP that I could give you, 94.
Holy shit.
As I
Thanks.
cast heal. That's my last high level spell slot, everyone, so we ballin'. That's all I can do, everyone.
Perfect. I'm going to use a legendary action. And she would love to fucking pinpoint this on you, but can she? You see her like grab at a piece and like force it outwards, but then you watch like the extension of her hand, like these many, many hands, push it further and it goes over to Fen. Fen, I need you to roll a d10 for me.
I need to find a D10. You gotta warn me
Hey
when you're gonna
guys.
make me roll these things.
I
Uh,
hey guys, you might all be rolling d10s.
all right. 6.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Not overly fond of those. Nat fucking 20. Plus
Oh
2,
yes,
22.
dude.
Okay. Go ahead and take 6 points of thunder damage as this shard sort of moves through the space. And when it opens up, it is a terrible sea storm. And it is a hit of thunder that racks your brain.
And it was just 6 points of thunder damage. You kind of cut out audio wise.
Yep, 6 points.
Okay. Okay.
And now somebody has to take a glance at the audio for me while I'm doing my thing.
It was
Everybody
just a
except
little hiccup.
yeah, but I have to check for me. But on that note, Roshan, you are up.
So does Roshan feel like he could
Mm-hmm.
like
Uh-huh.
quicken the calcification of the thing in her chest? And would that be a good idea?
Let's chat, you and I. Go ahead and roll me Arcana.
Sick.
Let's chat.
26.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, honestly, truly, kind of a toss-up on if it's bad or good. There is something that starts to stand out to you, though, about the calcification. It's just a thought in the back of your head that if this heart fully calcifies, you don't think you'll have access to the orb. So you realize that you still have access to the orb, but you are unsure of if calcification will help or hinder her. You're just as confused as she is about that. It's a kind of a toss up, but you still have access to the orb. You could try to increase the calcification if you like, or interact with that, or do something else.
Well,
Well,
uh, I think Roshan will go for it since
Fuck it, we ball.
we don't have a
which
whole lot of other options.
which thing are we going for?
I think he's gonna calcify it some more, or try to.
Okay.
And I think he'll say at the same time, you're burning incredibly bright, and it's unreliable, and you're going to burn yourself out. And Roshan will do the thing.
Okay. Roll Arcana.
28.
Okay. You watch as this calcification begins to cover and encase the orb. You currently see no changes happening to the new flame, to the tether.
Ooh. Do I try and run away?
Up to you.
I think he'll cast a healing word on himself and then run away. Uh, yeah. So does she make an attack of opportunity?
No, she watches you run.
Okay. Uh, I'll get to like 30 feet. Yeah, 30 feet back and still be facing her.
Okay. Horse.
Horse. Horse will follow me and does not get breath. Uh, so I guess Roshan will mount up.
Okay. We
We
climb on
I'm
the
not
speedy.
scared
horse.
of you anymore.
No more of fear.
Just Roshan on a pony, like, I'm not scared anymore. Eh.
Man, I know what Nana was talking about with you feeling so much better on top of a horse.
Um, Roshan, would that be it?
That's it.
All right. I'll use my third legendary action. I am trying to focus it on Roshan. Keld.
Oh boy!
You take in the scene around you and you watch as she pulls one of these tethers down and begins to push it towards Roshan, and it sort of like slips through her fingers and shoots out in your direction. I need you to roll a d10.
2.
I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh, 15.
Go ahead and take 19 piercing damage as another one of these mirrors cracks open, and it's almost the sensation of falling for just a split second as you hit into like jagged sea rocks that like dig into your side before they are shattered and disappear and fade back into the nothing. Um,
What fucking element is that? Sea rock element.
my elements, so fuck you, sea rock. It's called Earth.
Ooh,
Keld nods.
It's
I
rock,
see.
dude.
She's a
Um,
basalty bitch.
mm, I'll
Reminds
get
me of
you on
another
accident.
goddess.
Yeah. But it seems that she is opening portals that all don't exactly align with elements. Some of them do, not all of them.
Planes?
She has said she's very much connected to the planes. That was Roshan's turn. Nana, you are up. Keld, you are the next player character on deck.
Well, Nana, would like to, just attempt to not be in the fist anymore. Would like to attempt to get out of hand.
Okay, you can use your action to use athletics or acrobatics to free yourself.
I will choose acrobatics to do this. Okay. Come on, Nana, it's time to get out of hand, girl. Uh, 8, 21?
You see in the moment where she is focusing in on sending out this energy in Keld's direction, you are able to use that moment to like sort of slip out of this grip and stumble away from it.
Yay, cool. Neat, neat, neat. I would like to move back away from the flame. Um, I guess, 30 feet, and just try and figure out next move?
She turns
Honestly.
her head and watches you run.
Okay. Okay. Okay, cool.
The slow motion fight rages on outside of y'all's bubble. Um, you can see that the creature that was once Sunny is now up and is actively like progressing on your allies. Uh, Keld, you are up.
Can I see the hot iron from where I am?
You can, but you aren't sure if you think there may be a barrier between you and magic outside of the bubble.
Interesting. I think I'm going to cast protection from energy if I can get close to. Well, I guess it depends on if I can get to the Nana.
Just give me those deets. What's the range? What are we doing?
I just have to touch her.
Nana did just back up and you did move forward to watch the conversation. So sure, I'd say especially because you're hasted, you can enter that space. Actually on that note, Roshan, did you roll to see if you maintain concentration?
I did not. I thought concentration fell because we were.
Totally right. Lucky.
Yeah.
There was one point during that conversation where
Yeah.
Kel just like stops for 6 seconds, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm back." But I would say that you could still get to Nana, because she backed up a good bit.
Cool. Then I'm going to give her a resistance to fire damage.
Okay,
That's much appreciated.
and that's something you have to maintain concentration on.
Yes.
Okay,
Up to an hour.
neat. Anything else you'd like to do, Keld?
No.
Okay.
Real quick, everybody still has bless because I forgot to roll for it at the time, but I just rolled for it, so we're good.
Heard.
Okay, and that's a D4 for which rolls?
Attacks and saving throws.
Okay. And the people who have that are Roshan, Keld, Nana, who has it?
Roshan killed Nana.
Okay. Um, All right, back at the top. It's almost like standing in front of a teacher, like at a preschool, and just like watching toddlers run around. But there is just the annoyance at something so small getting under your skin. And as her layer action, she is able to focus one of these attacks and pull it down in front of her and hold onto this mirror. And saw that Roshan was using some sort of magic on her that had some sort of familiarity to it, and blows it over to him. Roshan, roll me a d10.
A6.
Okay, give me a constitution saving throw.
9.
You said it so confidently. It sounded like there was so much confidence behind it. Um, okay. And you're going to take 12 thunder damage as you watch as this mirror becomes towards you and it hits into another one, and it is a crack of thunder as these two things collide, and you are knocked prone. So I will say, I guess you fall off horse. Unless
Dang.
something on horse says you can't do that. I don't remember what I gave horse.
I
Uh,
Doubt there is.
It says, you can't. It just says ability, you can't. Okay. And now it is her turn. You watch as she grabs on to the two tethers and tests how much slack she has and takes a step forward and another step and another step before we are at Roshan. Okay. She once again brings her hand down towards you. You guys are lucky I'm dedicated to this dice, but that's going to be an 18 to hit.
Ugh, I think no, I've got a thing left. I'll use the staff of defense to shield myself from that one. So I have
Okay.
an AC of 20.
All right. Once again, this arm just like scratches against the magic, and you watch as it like pushes past it and just grazes just past you. Before she sets a hand on the ground and flicks her finger across like a match, and fire erupts in your direction. That is exactly a 20. Can I tell you how bad these dice are rolling? Pretty bad. But I'm
Forgive us
committed to
as
the
breathing
bit.
a little sigh of relief over here.
That bit may be the only reason we live. Who knows?
Maybe. But I am committed to it.
We appreciate that dedication.
Go ahead and take 16 fire damage.
Okay, I'm resistant right now.
Okay. And you're currently on fire. Nana, I forgot you're on fire.
I am, but I am now resistant to fire damage.
She did get grappled
Hey,
by a water arm.
no. Can't talk me out of that one. I was
Okay.
going to say that this would have happened before she got that, but I did roll a 1 on the damage. So it is just 1 fire damage, and you may take that. So we don't have to debate it, but you are currently on fire.
Just a little bit of fire.
Yeah. Roshan, you are also now on fire. And
Yay.
then she's going to hit you with this arm of water and ice. Yeah, that's a double digit. That'll hit. Go ahead and take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Rashawn
And,
goes down.
and then
Oh,
2
God.
more just for fun.
Oh, boy.
And then 2 more cold damage just for funsies. And she looks at your body. And brings her hand down to hit into you.
Am I close enough to impose disadvantage on
No,
that?
you guys are not
Okay.
next to each other.
All right.
I guess since shield is not
Yeah, you still have shield up.
concentration, I got it up. I still got a shimmery shield for
All right.
a few
She's
seconds.
rolling with advantage, but we've all seen how I'm doing today, so we don't know. Okay, that's a 15 on one of those dice. This hand comes down, and you guys hear just the crack of bone as this thing hits into Roshan, pressing him into the dirt. Go ahead and take 2 death saving throw failures, please.
Oh, God.
That's that on that. You used up all her attacks, Roshan.
You're welcome, guys.
welcome. Okay, that's her turn. Fen, you are up.
How far am I from Roshan?
I'd say based on this bubble, unless you guys are just like really fucking booking it to far corners, like you guys are within like movement distance of each other.
Okay. Fenn's gonna use his movement to power slide in there and slap a second level, first level um, cure wounds on Roshan.
Okay.
Roshan will get 9 points of healing, and Fen will bonus action dash to get the fuck out of there again. If he takes an opportunity attack, he takes an opportunity attack.
She doesn't seem interested in that currently. So you go over, get some healing into Roshan, look up at this thing for a split second, and then book it away again.
I think Fen like tries to grab Roshan, like pull him to his feet, and is like, "Oh shit! Like this is gonna be more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. Like here's some healing," and then he like his power slide through the blood and ichor and mud takes him a little too far, and he's like, "Oh well, shit! This is a bad position. Gone."
Okay. And Fen makes his way away. Um, she will use a legendary action. She doesn't seem intent on not using these. She seems intent on hurting people. And actually, she's pissed Fen came over and did that. So her focus is on Fen to see if we can hit him. Look at them apples. The first time she's aimed for somebody and it's hit. Roll me a d10.
3.
3. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Go ahead and take 29 points of cold damage as just these like two mirrors move past you, kind of sandwiching you. And it is just a horrible ice storm that goes from one to the other, just cutting through you.
Yeah, I'd love to take half of that with my reaction.
Sure.
Okay.
Fucking hunkers down into the ground, just like arms over his head.
All right. Nix, you are up. Roshan, you are on deck.
With my 30 feet of movement, how many people in our group could I get within a 30-foot bubble? Do you think?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Because I'm being so lenient and loosey goosey with like movement and whatnot, but everybody is actively like making space between each other.
Yeah.
You can get 2 of them. So you could get like 2 people. And I'd even let
Okay.
you say which 2, and I'm not going to think about it too hard.
With me in it too, because of the
Yeah, you'd
stretch.
be there.
Cool,
You'd be
cool,
there.
cool.
And you know
All
what?
right.
Maybe even Horse.
All right. I would love Horse Roshan to be in there. And
Okay,
then
Horse and Roshan are in it.
I feel like Nana still is rough, even though I healed her.
No, you healed me so much. You healed me so much. I'm probably okay for a bit.
I'll go Keld then.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 3d8s back plus d4. Let's hope the dice are kind.
Let's see.
Fairly kind, actually. $27 back to Me, Keld, Horse, and Roshan.
Okay.
I'll send it to Josh just in case.
Just in case, because I'm like, I don't have horse's stats either, so. And I care about horse making it through this combat. Not like horse would
Can
just be
you
shunted back to their plane, but.
can
Hmm?
you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, but I think people might be echoing through you. But I could have been wrong about that. So,
Probably are. My audio is being rude.
well, you and horse got 27 hit points back or something like that. Cool.
And that's all I can do on my turn.
Okay. And honestly, she doesn't care who this hits. She's just throwing stuff around. Hate to do it to him. Keld, give me a D10. Keld's like, first off, what have I done?
3.
3. Hey, if you guys could stop rolling this one because I have so many cool things that I could be doing to you guys. Give me a
No, only this one.
Constitution saving throw. And this one does like a lot of damage.
Pick some other
Yikes.
ones, guys.
I got a nat 20.
Oh no!
Ooh, which adds up to.
It adds up to 22. Or you said con? 26.
Okay, I was just like, gross. Is that your con save?
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Keld's like, oh no, I'm just a baby.
Just a high con baby.
I'm just a baby. Okay. You're gonna take half damage then. So you're gonna take 8 cold damage as just this one mirror just keeps opening up in like you watch as one mirror is just rocketing around the map, opening up in this same place. Like just these terrible spires of ice. Roshan, you are up. Give me an insight check.
Bad. 15.
Okay. You feel some sort of energy familiar, but you just came back from unconsciousness. It's a little hard to focus on it.
I think is Roshan still close enough to the new fire?
You wake up, she's right there.
Okay, love. I think he's going to change tack because he's not sure what the calcification will do. So I think he's going to try and start spinning a spell that will bind the power or bind or release the power in the orb, like was the original plan,
Yeah.
just in case.
Okay, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
28.
Okay. What does this magic look like?
I think Roshan, the last time he did this, he was using bits and pieces of his own celestial form. This time, I think he's pulling off bits and pieces of the kaleidoscope image of the new flame and using those as the runes and sigils in this spell work.
Okay. Um, you believe something is starting to happen, and her focus fully turns back to you.
Does he have time to say anything?
Still your turn.
Uh, then I think he says to her, there's still time to form a bond with someone. and that's all he'll say.
You watch as she stares at you coldly, and just the multiple visages of her face, and one of them just peels off and screams anger, fury, that you're still fucking pitying her. She is going to attempt to try and aim this legendary action at you.
Fair.
But hits somebody she also is content to hit. Nana, go ahead and roll me a d10.
Okie dokie. Here we go. A 7?
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, interesting. Okie dokie. Okay. It is a dirty 20.
I'm so nice. You're blessed, aren't you?
I am. So I will maybe add a d4 onto that, perhaps. Yes.
Yes, still blessed because I didn't roll for concentration last time, but yes.
That adds another 3. Total 23.
One of these portals opens, and you stare into black, endless nothing. The place she is intent to send you back to, and you begin to feel fear well up in your chest, and you are able to avert your eyes and push down that fear.
After Roshan, it is the horse.
Nice.
And horse doesn't get the breath back, but I think will whinny and kick up some hooves at the new flame.
All right.
Does a 21 hit?
21 hits.
Whoa.
That is 8 bludgeoning and 9 radiant. 17 together.
Woo.
Okay. For the first time, she acknowledges horse.
Oh no.
Horse looks great. Horse has almost all HP. Horse is fantastic.
For horse. Horse can be at all of your funerals when horse survives this.
For now.
Okay. Nana, you are up. Keld, you are on deck.
Well, it looks like negotiations have broken down. So we're going to go in for just gonna go in and attack. Gonna use short sword. Do you want me to roll all 3 attacks, or do you want me to go one by one?
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like put
Yeah,
stank on any of them or whatever you're doing. So
Heard. Okay. All right. Yee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Yeah. All right. First one, dirty 20 to hit.
that hits.
Excellent.
She's a very large, kind of slow-moving entity. She's not super hard to hit.
Makes sense. Makes sense. In let's see. Go ahead. Yeah, just plain. Okay. 10 slashing damage. And second attack. That's a natural 20.
That'll hit.
All right. Neat, neat, neat. On that natural 20, I'd like to add the final stank, what I do got. With my combat superiority, last d10 available to me on that. I'm going to attempt. She's definitely bigger than large, correct?
Yes.
Definitely bigger than large. Okay, so trip attack is not viable, nor pushing attack, so goading attack. Wisdom saving throw, please.
That's an 18 on the dice.
18 on the dice. That does
Plus
save.
plus a good
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, that will most definitely save. So no additional effects. But she will, however, take total of 17 points of slashing damage. And
Okay.
third attack, I'm going to use a bonus action to Hunter's Mark her for this. I have
Okay.
not yet done it. I have not yet engaged Hunter's Mark again,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to. And give her a shot. That is 25 to hit.
25 hits.
All right. It's going to be 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
And in addition, upon hitting this enemy with an attack, my swarm is going to inflict an additional d6 of piercing damage. My spore swarm, which has been hidden dormant for quite an awful long time, but with my gathered swarm, once on each of my turns, I can cause the swarm to assist me, and in one of three ways, one of them being the attack's target takes 1d6 extra piercing damage. That is an extra 3.
Okay. You move into her space and begin to hit into her. When you like cut into her skin, you can see beautiful landscapes, familiar trees of Soppelheim. And then they sew themselves back together. They try to like tether themselves back together and in place. But for each hit, you see glances of another beautiful place. On the third time you hit, you see just a blinding white light before it fades back into her skin. Um, I'd say that's your turn, Nana.
Yep.
Caleb, you are up.
Can Kel tell what Roshan's up to? Does it look like whatever he was doing with the orb?
Yeah, I'd say it looks pretty similar to what he was doing.
Magic, Arcana.
That looks like Arcana to me.
Yeah. I think he's going to move over to try to provide cover for Roshan.
Okay.
So I guess I could maybe ready an action.
Sure. You could also go over and hit it, but if you have an action you want to ready, you can tell me what it is.
I guess, yeah.
Start
I guess I'll
swinging.
hit it and just place myself between Roshan and
Yeah,
it.
you stand. Yeah, you stand next to Rashawn and you're like, and then I start blasting.
And I started blasting.
Ooh. Like a 30 something to hit? Okay.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Um,
Also, because it's probably important, she is not considered undead.
I had a feeling.
Did the DM sit there for a long time, like
And
thinking deep into the
consider.
void about it? Yes. In the
Mm,
end, no. Um,
well, that hit's gonna give her 12 damage,
okay.
some of which is radiant. If that. Wait, right.
Radiant will not matter to me.
Cool. Very well. One more smackus with a 28 to hit.
Yeah, you should go back to using the soup dice, I think. I think it's learned its lesson that you could try using the soup dice.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
You could try.
That's going to be 20 damage.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
This is definitely Jillian speaking as your partner and someone who loves you and not as the DM.
Hey, Hey,
Definitely.
okay, you, Nana and and Roshan and Horse and Keld are squaring up with this entity.
You're
Um,
in it.
so we're at the top, which means she can aim one of these abilities. Everyone's now currently annoying.
Everybody's had a turn to be annoying.
That's true. I'm gonna go for Nyx because um because she was really rude that one time. Roll me a d10
Which one time?
and just don't get 3. If it,
Don't get 3.
don't get 3. Hey, honestly,
Oh,
you could take 3, but you could roll again if you want to. I just want to see something different.
well, I rolled 5, so it's not 3.
How neat. I need you to make a hmm, yeah, dexterity saving throw.
I'm so good at those.
I bet.
Not bad. Actually, I've held on to this bardic inspiration for so long. I'm gonna use it.
Ooh.
Which helps quite a lot. So we go from to a 27 from a 17.
Yeah, go ahead and take 5 points of force damage as you watch as 2 of these fragments just rocket towards each other, slam into each other, and just fragments explode in every direction. And you sort of are able to like pull up spores in front of you, and you just like watch as they get like inches from your face and then collapse in front of you. A couple of them kind of whizzing past your cheeks, but. And now it is her turn, and it's getting to be infuriating, the situation in and of itself. She grips the tethers and digs her nails into them. And you watch as energy begins to pour from these wounds, from the tethers into the ground. And you feel the earth shift underfoot as these fissures begin to form, similar to before, but they seem slow moving. There is a endless expanse to them. You do not think this is something that can be walked on or interacted with. You think if you touch whatever is in this, there may not be something to come back to. There may not be something left of you as these cracks slowly begin to form. And you watch as they make their way past the border, this mirror enclosure she made. They make their way out past it and through the forest. You watch them begin to slow as they get past, but they expand fully past it. If you are moving more than 15 feet, you will have to make a roll to have to like jump over one of these fissures. And you watch as the earth begins to feel soft underfoot. And in some places, it begins to feel hard, like you're standing on an icy lake. You watch as the elements of the earth change beneath you. Earth now gone and replaced with a slurry of ice and water. Um, the area is now difficult terrain across the board. And I need everyone, as you feel this energy moving through the earth, it begins to try to move up your bodies. I'm going to need everybody to make me a constitution saving throw.
That's a
That
natural
one.
20. Oh, bud.
11.
I rolled a 2, 8.
23.
Everybody sounded like they did bad except Nyx and Nana.
What is
You're
What'd you
happening?
get,
telling
Is it
me,
Nana?
opposite day?
What'd you get, Nana?
A natural 20. Total of 28.
Okay. Um, everybody except Nyx and Nana go ahead and take 38 points of force damage.
Whew.
And Nyx and Nana, you take half. You can see her body, like her kind of very subtle, casual demeanor is becoming more irate. And the energy pushing off of her seems to be as well, which means Roshan, Horse, Keld, and Nana. Let's take some damage from starting in her space.
Roshan fell from the force damage.
Okay, so go ahead. These are like one thing. So go ahead and take one failure. And Horse. Horse is going to take all these too. Horse
Yeah,
is going to
horse.
take some hits.
Horse not looking great after 38 points of
Huh.
force damage.
Weird. It was like, oh, Horse is doing so good. Okay.
'Cause
I will
Horse
not
is-
be repeating these. So here we go. 1 cold damage. 6 fire damage. 4 lightning damage. And 4 thunder damage. And Roshan's back down again. Um, the abject chaos was her turn. Fen, you are up.
Fen is going to kind of indignantly shout, "You said you were going to protect them. You said you were going to be kind to them. Look what you've done to it," and kind of gesture vaguely at the cracks in the earth that she said she would be benevolent towards, and then he's going to send 2 arrows her way because fuck her.
Okay.
One is a nat 20, and
Okay.
one is for 27 points of damage.
Or 27 to hit.
27 to hit. Yeah, 27 to hit. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
both hit.
Okay, cool. $49 points of damage with one, and
Okay.
8 points of damage with the other.
Okay.
And Fen's gonna, about how far am I from this thing? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? It can hit me wherever. Fen's just gonna stand there and hopefully he pissed it off enough that it wants him instead of Roshan.
2 arrows hit into her neck, and she takes a glance around. Oops. And is going to send out a legendary action. 1, 2, 3. I do like when it hits the person I'm aiming for. Fen, go ahead and roll me a d10.
Not 0, 10. There is no 0 in the dice. It's a 10.
Oh, that'd be wild. Okay, I'm going to need you to roll the d10 twice. If you roll a 10, roll that one again.
4 and 4.
Well, that's easy for me. Give me 2 Constitution saving throws.
6 and 16.
Okay. You watch as these mirrors move in. One of them moves in and then splits into 2, and fire erupts from both of these mirrors. So on the first one, you're going to take 6 points of fire damage. And on the second one, you're going to take 13 points of fire damage.
I
And
accept.
you are on fire.
Cool. Cool.
Neat. That's her doing that. Nix, you are up. Rashawn, you're on deck.
Great. To test out if necrotic damage does anything to her, we're gonna do healing word on Roshan. So it's a bonus action.
Okay.
So you get I can't read that one. 10 health back. And then I will try to hit her
What are you
with
hitting her with?
a chill touch.
Okay.
Not coming closer to her. That's 18 on the dice, so 28 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it.
12 necrotic damage.
Okay. 6 necrotic damage.
Hey, it works partially, and that's what matters.
Yep.
Good to know. That's it. We'll just keep standing where we are, watching this wonderful thing on fire actively.
Hmm.
By choice.
I wish to be, she said.
One of us is willingly on fire.
The others of us who are on fire, not willingly on fire.
That's fucking rude, isn't it? Yeah, I don't care. Rashawn, roll me a d10.
Oh.
I don't think I care.
That is a 6.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. And Fen, were you able to maintain your concentration after those 2 attacks?
Good question. No.
Okay, so Bless is gone.
If it was one attack, then yes, I would have been able to. But the second one, just too much.
You said 8?
16.
Oh. That'll be 7 points of thunder damage as a storm rages past you in one of these opening portals.
Yay! I'm still up.
Wow. That's beautiful. And that means I guess it's your turn, Roshan.
Well, he's gonna use a little bit of healing magic on himself. I'll do a 4th level healing word. And then I will continue with the binding or releasing of the magic. And that is a flat 30.
Okay.
And that is the end of Roshan's turn and Horse turn. Horse, regains breath and will breathe.
That'll hit Roshan, Horse, Keld, and Nana.
So if you are in that list, you get healed 13 HP. Oh, can I roll for whatever insight I missed last time too?
Sure.
Now that my whole turn is over.
Yeah, why not?
It's still not great. It's an 18 this time rather than a 15.
Someone wants to help you. You just have to let them.
Do I have to wait another turn to let them?
I feel like you got to roll something for it because we're just in this weird limbo space. What do you think
Sure.
you'd have to roll to ask for help?
So I think Roshan's like fight or flight energy going up and down every few seconds is
Uh-huh.
really the biggest barrier. So I think it would be a wisdom. I won't say insight. I think I think it's kind of like a wisdom saving throw.
Let's do flat wisdom.
Okay. Well, that's the same as my saving throw.
Beautiful. We have come to
Wow.
a amicable conclusion.
So that's 22 total.
Okay. Um, as you regain consciousness and feel that somebody is there wanting to help you, and you allow it, just like when you were in that dark, empty space, you feel hands on your shoulders. And then I'm gonna roll to see if I hit somebody with this legendary action. Then I'm gonna do that. All right, we're hitting Nana. Go ahead, Nana, give me a D10.
You got it, boss.
And if you just hear multiple rollings, it's because I keep getting like a 6, and I'm like, nobody's 6.
Uh,
Nobody's 6 on this dice.
2?
2. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
If it is something to do with situational. If I'm not incapacitated, I can add my shield's AC bonus to my dex saving throws against a spell or other harmful effect that targets only me.
Sure. I wouldn't call it a magical effect, but you said another word, so sure.
Spell or other harmful effect.
I assume, call it a harmful effect then.
All right. Cool. That means I can add another two.
Unless it's a healing one this time.
Yeah, unless it's a healing one. I'll take a healing one. That's just
Could
fine.
be.
It could be. It could be.
A
Uh,
wad
maybe
of
if you guys could
band-aids.
roll that number.
A wad of band-aids flies at Nana. She deflects her shield.
Oh no! Dang. That's. Sorry. 21.
Okay. You see these jagged rocks come at you, breaking free from this portal, and you move to the side. They just cut across you. Go ahead and take 10 points of piercing damage.
Got it. Oof, boy.
And then, Nana, you are up, I believe.
All right, neat. Cool. Well, here we are in the thick of it, lads. I think Nana is going to. Yeah, probably just going to go for attacks again. We've got Hunter's Mark going, so let's see what we can do here, kiddos. We'll find out real fast. I'm thinking 18 does not hit.
18 does not hit.
Got it. Next attack. Dirty 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Cool. That's gonna be. Yeah. Yeah. 10 points of slashing damage. And, one more attack. That's another dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
13 points of slashing damage.
Okay, what do these attacks look like?
This is Nana, I think, just committing to survival. She is cutting in with the short sword decisively and firmly. No emotionality. She's been manic in battle before. She is not calm, decisive. This needs to end. And she does not love that she is doing it, but it must be done. The short sword of Lawn's the inherited sword that she got from Hertha from Ave, cutting into this form again and again and again. I think she does take a few paces back. She tries to get back a little bit, just enough to not be within the immediate bubble of her effect, if she's able, come the start of her next turn, but
I mean,
I
you
don't
could
know
do
how
it on
far
this
out that
turn
is.
if you were so inclined.
Sorry, that is what I mean. I'd like to not start my next turn in that bubble, so I'd like to move back
Okay.
this turn.
She will be taking a reaction attack against you.
That's perfectly fine. That is
Um,
absolutely cool. I'm good with it.
she is very much a little miffed.
Yep, she should be.
$21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Take 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And go ahead and give me a strength saving throw.
Got it. Ooh, god damn. Well, it's a 17 on the dice plus 5. 22, 23, 22?
22.
Yeah.
The force hits into you, but you are able to keep your balance, but it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Keld, you are up.
I think he's going to continue attacking.
Mm-hmm.
29 to hit.
Yep.
8 damage.
Okay.
Just a little thwap.
Sometimes, damage is damage.
Ah. 25 to hit.
Yep.
Nice. That would be 13 damage. I think Keld's just thinking about what Bosch said, that this seems unnatural. And while I feel like everything Bosch was about was unnatural, he's just sort of like, bad.
Didn't like him, but maybe not wrong.
This doesn't seem good either.
Okay. She will pinpoint her attack as her layer action. There's only one person to hit. There's one gigantic threat here. And his name is Roshan. Give me a D10.
Come on, man.
Sorry, that was a D6. I got a 5.
Did you re-roll the D10?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Um, Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's going to be a bastard 20 unless Keld is here. Then it would be a 22.
Held is
I
here.
am here.
Yay.
Okay, go ahead and take 5 force damage.
What does it look like?
You watch as this mirror goes, and it looks like it tries to open a portal, but the energy becomes too great, and it just shatters into millions of pieces in front of you.
I think he winces when he is hit by the glass and
Mhm.
but tries to keep staring at the new fire's face, trying to keep eye contact, but it's kind of hard when there are echoes of eyes kind of all over.
Okay. It is now her turn. She is going to try and regain her ability, which she does. You watch as just this earth is turning to mush beneath your feet, as if it is trying to turn into water. You see there are spots where fire just shoots out and then just turns to mist and dissipates. The ground beneath you becoming unstable. Um, I need everybody to give me a constitution saving throw.
4.
19.
9.
Mm,
15.
Dirty 20.
okay. Everybody takes 34 points of force damage, and Nix, you take half.
19 wasn't good enough for it?
No.
Oh boy, okay.
I'd love to half that with my reaction.
Sure.
I'd like to half it just for fun.
Does it
If
does it
not,
stop
Roshan
you
goes
from
down and the horse disappears.
horse lasted so long through this combat? He's out again.
Did you say you went down, Rashawn? I mean, you probably did, but
Yes. He is down. And Fen, you are up as you all are watching. This entity is so like riled up, furious, like beginning to like claw and tear at the earth to find mirrors to like rip open portals, like is becoming like manic.
Fen looks very, very hurt. But C is a target that also looks at least perturbed, hurt.
At least
Eh,
perturbed.
Yeah, and
Unsettled.
he's gonna loose a couple arrows in her direction. And he rolls snake eyes, so 2
Oh,
arrows automatically miss.
yeah, that's the rub.
Yeah,
Uh, these two
Fen is
arrows
gonna.
whiz through the air and hit like into her eyes, and you watch as she like blinks and they just shatter into pieces and fall from her face.
um, yeah, Fen's gonna use his bonus action to attempt to duck behind one of these logs or piles of corpses or something.
Okay.
Churned up earth. He's going to try to hide with
Okay.
light obscuration.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
23.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. It's time for legendary action. Roshan, roll the d10.
Oh God!
That's another 5.
Go ahead as you guys watch one of these mirrors that she grabs and she just throws it into the ground and it explodes. Roshan, go ahead and take one failed death save.
Sweet.
Anything for you, girly. Um, that's Fenn's turn and the legendary action. Nyx, you are up. Roshan, you're on deck.
Yeah. Once again, how many people in this 30-foot sphere can I hit to heal?
A lot of us are more grouped up now than we were before.
I'd say you could hit maybe everybody but Fen. Because
Cool.
Fen
That's
just disappeared from view, and you're like, I don't know if I'm getting him in this or not.
yeah.
If
So
he is, he
that's
is.
the plan. Yeah. Y'all are gonna get maybe the same as what I did last time. Here's the plus. 26 back for everyone except Finn.
Okay. As Horse whinnies one last time and fades into wind, one leaf sort of spirals down. And like a little emblem sort of stitches itself into Roshan's cloak. And then, Nyx, are you done? Because I am going to use a legendary action. My goal is to hit Roshan, so I will be trying to do that.
Oh, please no!
Because I don't even have to roll twice. Look at that. Roshan, roll me a d10.
8.
Roshan, roll me. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes. Okay, hold on. Roshan, you groggy, you're trying to pull yourself back up, and you watch as one of these portals opens in front of you, and it is a beautiful white light, and a hand reaches out and touches your cheek. You heal 50 hit points.
What?
The good win, the good
The
plane.
good one, the
There's
good
a good
one.
one. You just had to roll the good one.
Oh,
I thought they were all bad, but apparently we were just rolling bad.
One.
The power of Jesus Christ
It
compels
was
you.
our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If you roll an 8,
we clearly have the power of
will
God
gently
and
touch
anime
you
on our
upon the
side
cheek,
here.
and you will heal 50 hit points. In all realms, anything is possible. How annoying for her.
Thank you, Jewish DM.
Thank you. And Roshan's just like, oh, you do care. Flame's just like,
I think she's so fucking. Uh, let's think for a second. That was Nyx's turn.
Yes.
Okay. Then Roshan, you are up. You feel something standing there with you, behind you, and the new flame, the tether, looks to you. She isn't looking at you though. She's looking past you at something. anger. Just all of the faces, fury, rage, sorrow, just all terrible, wounding emotions as she looks past. There he is. There he is. Again here to kill me. Roshan, you will have advantage on your Arcana check. If that's what you're doing this round. You could do something else if you want to. Girlie, if you want to do something else, you're welcome to.
Roshan casts Dimension Door and runs the fuck away.
Hell yeah, let's go.
No, I think he gets up from the ground. He feels great. Like he looks like garbage, but wow, this isn't bad. But I think he does feel like awful about how this has transpired, and instead of trying to share his pity and make her feel better, then he'll try and absolve himself and just say, I'm sorry, and then try to finish the spell.
Okay.
That is a 17 plus 15, a 32.
Okay. You look on at this entity, focusing now on the orb that is calcifying in the center of the chest. And whatever emotions you may feel about it, however Roshan feels about this moment, there is a confidence. And then it is eyes in the dark, large round eyes looming in deep shadow, in deep dark forests. Ones that insist that you are a failure. You fail this role.
Sick. Uh, that makes Roshan sad.
I'm more sad. But you feel the entity behind you like tighten its grip on your shoulders, like again. They are unwavered. Well, I might as well get my legendary action out of the way. I can't stop there. I have to do a legendary. It would have been like a cool, like, we're done. No, I want to do legendary actions. Um, so I'm gonna do them. Roshan, was there anything else you wanted to do with like your bonus action?
Uh, he doesn't need a bonus action. He's got all but 2 hit points, so
Wow. Well, this one's going to hit into Nana. Nana, roll me a d10.
Uh, 5.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Oh, okay. 26.
Okay, go ahead and take 7 points of force damage, as now it is just mirrors and realm portals exploding left and right.
Oh boy.
Nana, you are up.
Okay. Well, I think best possible thing Nana can do for this situation is try and prolong Roshan for one more round. So she will go in and try to shove herself between Roshan and the new flame, if there's any room to do so,
I
and
mean, you
attack.
go and stand like next to him.
Sure. Yeah. I can do that. And I will attack the flame for as much as I can. Let's see. Whoo. 26 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. 13 points of slashing damage. Second attack. Let's see. 18 doesn't hit.
18 does not hit.
Third attack. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
12 points of slashing damage. And I've not used my action surge yet this time around. So I'm going to use that.
Sure.
That gives me one additional attack, or does it
That
give
gives
me
you your whole turn, I believe. That gives you all of your action.
So 3 more attacks.
Yes.
That's happening. I'm going to go for a strike here. Yep. Dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
15 points of slashing damage. Second attack. No, that one's a natural 1.
Okay.
Third attack. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. Points of slashing damage, and I'm going to add on my Gathered Swarm's extra d6 of stank. 6 more points of damage, piercing, on that one.
Okay.
I'm staying here.
You watch as just like this furious, like constantly moving entity stops. And its form slowly shifts back into one. Cold. Controlled. Calculating. She is going to remove half of her hit points and do 3 legendary actions. Let's see what we get, boys. Who needs hit points anyways? I don't even want to re-roll that one. Yeah, no. First one's Roshan. Roshan, give me a d10. 8.
5.
Okay. You guys really like this mirror one now. That's the new one. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
That one.
Okay. Go ahead and take 15 points of force damage as she just grabs one of the portals and holds it in front of you, Sean, and breaks it in her hand. We're going to do another one. No, that makes fucking sense to me. Roshan, roll me a d10.
That's a 1.
Ooh, back to the top. Give me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it. Come on, you got it.
That's a natural 2, and it won't get much better.
Perfect.
Goodbye, HP.
Go ahead and take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are pushed back 40 feet and you land prone. So Roshan is
That's
forced backwards and kind of like rolls over somebody, like rolls over Fen where he's hiding, and he's like, "Oh," as Roshan like rolls past him. That was
Rolls over his back.
lucky. And then the third one, yeah. Nana, go ahead and roll me a d10.
Gotcha. 2.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-huh. 25.
Go ahead and take 9 points of piercing damage as this portal opens, and it's almost like you land for a second in an armory, just like 10 spears pointing upwards that you kind of move out of the way of, and they just scratch up the side of your arm.
Ah!
Okay. That is her legendary actions. She takes a moment and like her focus is fully on something behind Roshan, but it drops to Keld for a moment. I wonder how long till they do this again. Just a thought. Those two. Strange ambition, isn't it?
I'm worried I'm in the dark a bit.
Hmm. That's it, isn't it? They've left you in the dark. Keld, it is your turn.
Unfortunately, you don't seem to be shedding much light either. He's going to attack her again. If he can. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does not hit.
Damn. What about a 19?
A 19 does hit.
Okay.
19's the lie.
Yeah. Do recall that now. Okay. So 14 points of damage.
Okay. Tippy tappies.
Forget I have some smites left.
Would you like to put a smite on that?
A little stank.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to put on here?
Really bad. So just add 5 damage to that.
Works for me. On that first attack, she like grabs your arm and fully holds your sword from hitting into her. I could show you that light if you like. And she lets go and like lets it hit into her on the second strike. And as she straightens back up and turns her focus back towards Roshan, that is where we are going to stop for today. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. If you want more stuff and thing, you can head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult and watch past episodes of On the Backs of Gods and all of our other neat shows, some one shots and what have you. If you're like, what have you? What do you mean? Well, we have a new show, DM'd by Katie. Very fun, very cool. Some familiar faces. Gossamer Vale, a Celtic mythology inspired campaign. Little baby heroes, not in triple digits, not even in a double digits. A new
No.
campaign, so easy to jump into. Goes every by Thursday, so not this week, but next week you will have it. That's the thing. So you just got to be patient, but that gives you time to catch up. If you want dice to roll in the meantime, you can go to the chat or the box below to get some beautiful dice that are doing, honestly pretty good for me. Uh, this Ave Dice will be talking to the moon later, but that's for later. If you want to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram. If you want to keep up with all of us, we're at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky. Um, Thank you again. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.